In recent years, there has been a large number of students joining universities and a large number of half-baked students getting churned out by the same universities, and this trend is not likely to end anytime soon. With the rising level of student loans and a large unemployed workforce, the scales are soon going to be at a tipping point with each passing day. So how did we get to the point where we are in today, where everybody has to go to college by the time they are done with high school? Universities have been around for 1,000 years, but back then not everybody could access them. Before the 18th century, a vast majority of people were farmers and they didn't need any special kind of education to till their fields. As time went on, the Industrial Revolution came around. Many people moved to towns to work in the large factories that were being set up. But again, no higher education was required. Manufacturing played a huge role in the economy. By 1945, manufacturing and services had an equal share of the United States economy. As time went on, the latter declined slowly and the service industry took over. This became the main reason why universities became very popular, and the trend became replicated all over the world. At this point, the highest paying jobs were in the servicing industry, and it made sense for parents to enroll their children into universities. The cashing in. With the population growth taking place due to improved healthcare and better living conditions, the number of people enrolling to universities doubled. On the other hand, universities started seeing how much money they could make, and thus they increased their enrollments. And to keep the number of students coming in growing, they invested their money in infrastructure. Now this led to a new type of competition among universities that did not exist, and that was where the tables turned. Each university started competing with the other on which campus had the best facilities, and which university pumped out the best grades. With the enrollments trickling in, this will mean a large workforce was needed in the universities to carry out the administrative work. So to keep up with the expenses, they had to increase their tuition fees. But there's a limit to the fee people can pay. So what happens when all their money is almost used up? The biggest lender steps in, the government. As a way to make education more accessible, the government subsidized tuition fees and handed out student loans, and by 2019 the United States debt stood at around $1.4 trillion, of which 90% was in the hands of the government. The future workforce. With the student loan bubble rising, the government is still giving out loans to the students in need, and not only in America, this is also happening in other parts of the world. When this happens, it will be very similar to the market crash that took place in 2008. As of making this video, the average student takes on an average loan of $37,000 of debt, which they will be paying for the next 20 years, all without being guaranteed they will hold a stable job in line with their qualifications. Once they start earning, they are locked in a rat race that will eat their youth away as they pay back the debt. With this information, it clearly shows education reforms will be needed in the future. And until this happens, the situation is bound to get worse with each passing day. The new trend. With the dynamic changing economy, it has led to the rise of new industries that did not exist 20 years ago. As of today, people are realizing it's better to work in professions that they are passionate about than trade their hours only for a paycheck. With this trend, we've witnessed the rise of many startups by college students, some of which have gone to make their founders billionaires. Apart from startups, freelancing has started taking center stage. With the internet reaching many people now than it could before, it's now easy to have a personal assistant from a different country, provided you have an internet connection. Online courses are also on their way to becoming the norm. For example, YouTube is a major resource. If you want to sharpen your skills on anything, you want to perfect it, be it cooking, editing, sales and marketing, you're just a click away. Global trade has taken off quite well in our time. Long gone are the days when trade was limited by lengthy bureaucratic processes. Now internet entrepreneurs can trade amongst themselves, and the best part about this is some of these jobs don't require you to have a college degree. Conclusion. Universities are not entirely useless. In fact, having a college degree is a bonus. Apart from the certificates that you get, the knowledge acquired helps you piece the world together. Think of it as polishing a rough diamond. So even as you go through life, the best mantra is to always add value to yourself, and the rest will follow. That wraps up today's video. Hope you enjoyed, and remember to subscribe to Facts with Mr. Vane. Thank you for watching.